Hi, my name's Doug, and first of all, I'd like to thank you for watching this video today, and if you've spent any amount of time watching videos on my channel, I thank you for the support. And this video today is sort of a response to Rick Beato's video that he posted 10 months ago. It's called Why Are Bands Mysteriously Disappearing? I've never worked in the music industry anywhere near the way that Rick has, so when I think of this question, I'm responding as a consumer of music and a musician myself, and having been in bands for 30 years, it's a good question, and it makes me think, why am I not in a band right now? And I really have no aspirations to join one anytime soon. And I think that really speaks to the way the industry is changing. I've been in many bands over the years. Since I was a teenager, some of those bands are Shrapnel, Rapture, Eternal Winter, Dark Martyr, Liquefied Guts, Commit Suicide, and Rose Garden, to name a few. Additionally, I've had my solo project called Exorcism. As Rick says, it's hard to be in a band. It's hard to work with other human beings and different egos and attitudes and maybe discussions or disagreements over ideas or how to record songs or what riffs to include or not to include. And I have to say, one of the reasons I like not being in band is I am the band dynamic. I don't have to argue with anyone. If I have an idea, I just go with it. There's no one here that's going to say, well, I don't like that. Maybe we should do this. I'm not going to discount the positive aspects of being in a band, because when multiple people get together, I think that there's a type of, I like to call it a higher power, but it's some type of energy or manifestation of an intelligence that's greater than the sum of its parts. It's a synergy. However, I really like where I'm at with myself musically, and YouTube has been the best platform for me to share my music theory studies and to share my creative process. And recently for me, this has really been a therapy. Music has been a therapy for me lately. So in a way, you're kind of peering into my mind, and I might not be able to tell you how I'm feeling, but I can certainly play it for you. There's lots of emotions and ideas that I have that really words don't begin to describe. So that's one of the motivations that I have for continuing down this path of, I'm just going to play drums, I'm going to play the guitar, I'm going to play the bass, record it all, post it to YouTube, watch my own videos, critique myself playing, and try to do better next time. To peer into my creative process, lately I've been starting by learning a scale or a mode. As you know, if you've watched my channel, I've been working through the 7 modes of the major scale and the 7 modes of the harmonic minor scale. By watching Rick Beato's videos and other ones, I found out that this rabbit hole goes much deeper than I thought. There's double harmonic major modes, and there's the melodic minor scale mode, so I'm going to go into those as well. And that's 14 more videos. And I'm very excited to do that because I feel like there's many, many different emotions that I can invoke. Some of the states that I feel I've been able to create are pensive and cryptic, mysterious, contemplative, meditative, introspective. And I like those different ways that I can evoke emotions and feelings instead of just happy or sad or angry. As I get older, I find I'm not angry very often, but as you know, if you watch my channel, I'm definitely a metalhead. I'm definitely into metal, and lots of the time metal is about aggression, but I don't think it has to be. And I find myself reminiscing over the things that I was taught early in my career as a musician, and my drum instructor was a jazz musician, and there's many different interesting ideas and sounds that be created within the constructs of jazz, and that's something that I've never really delved too far into. So I'm trying to open my mind as I get older and not just be so close-minded into playing fast or heavy all the time, although I do like to do that. I want to explore this gift of music. So the creative process, I'll learn a scale or a mode. I'll conceive some melodic line on the guitar usually or on the keyboard. And I'll take that and I'll alternate and try to get a verse and a chorus idea. Those 2 main ideas usually will construct a song. If there are lyrics, I'll use the lyrics to kind of dictate when it would change, how long I'll play each riff or melody. I'll write counter melodies after that. Once I get that rhythm guitar part down, that's pretty much the backbone of the song. And a lot of times that's the time bass as well. I do use a metronome most of the time. Some of the videos on here were free time. I'll write those counter melodies, harmonies. I'll organize some sort of progression. I'll try to fit it to the lyrics if that applies. I'll try to evoke whatever feelings that I'm trying to evoke using those harmonies or counter melodies, dynamics. After that, I'll add the drums and the bass guitar, and at this point, this is where the song kind of takes on a life of its own. Once I have at least 2 guitar parts, left and right, and the drums and the bass in the middle, things really start to move after that. Usually at that point I'll start to add some lead lines on top, and for me recently those have been kind of the vocal, and I've got that inspiration from surf rock. A lot of times I feel like that lead guitar part talks almost, and it's saying something. So I like to use the leads to take a variation of the rhythm guitar part that I've developed and have it express how I'm feeling. After that, I'll spend a couple hours mixing, editing, then I'll upload it to YouTube, and I'll go back and watch my own videos. I'll listen to them on many different, my studio monitors, I'll listen to it on headphones, I'll listen to it just on my phone, I'll listen to it on my TV, I'll listen to it with my Dre Beats headphones, and just try to critique my mixing on Reaper DAW, which is what I use to make these videos as well. So, to put it quite simply, music is my therapy right now. It's how I'm processing my emotions and saying things that my words really can't express. Music is a prayer for me. It's a way that I glorify God, and He gave me that talent to be able to play music, and I use that talent to glorify and to point back to Him. The composer Bach has a quote that one of my friends recently turned me on to, and Bach said, "The final aim and reason of all music should be none other than the glory of God and the refreshment of the soul." And I really like that, because I think in a nutshell, in the most basic way I could explain what I'm doing, other than expressing my own human feelings and emotions and ideas, is I'm glorifying God and I'm saying, thank you, God. Thank you for the ability to be able to play music. So to answer my own question, will I ever join a band again? Yes, I think I will join a band again. This is just where I'm at right now in my music career. It doesn't mean that I'll never want to play in a band ever again, but being in a band, like I said, is a lot of work, and I think about all the sleepless nights where I've worked a full-time job, gone and played a show in Pittsburgh, loaded all our equipment in, played the set, unloaded our equipment, went back to the practice spot, put all our stuff back, and then was at work the next morning at 6 a.m. and had a couple $100 in our pocket. And I had a great time doing it, but I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm 43 years old, and this is where I'm at right now, and I'm content and I'm happy, and I really appreciate if you've taken the time to listen to any of the songs that I've composed on here. I will start to write for my solo project Exorcism again, but for right now, the material that I've been posting here are just music theory studies. So again, thank you. If you like my channel, subscribe. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Thanks and have a great day.